This is personal truth. So, a truth that you hold as a tenant of your values and beliefs. That's what a personal truth is. If you feel compelled, however, to share your personal truth, I say go for it, as long as it doesn't purposely step on others that don't feel the same. Take a pause on that. Take a look at your social media. Take a look at all the things that you're portraying and recognize that those are your personal truths. But the question is why are you portraying them? Why are you sharing them with everybody? So what happens when our personal truth comes up against, something that objectively discounts it? So now look at the idea of like recognizing, is my personal truth the truth, or is it just my personal truth? Because that's why it's called personal truth, right? So what happens when something objectively discounts it, like facts presented by science, mathematics, and logic? Somebody smarter, somebody that actually has experience. True, whether or not you believe it based on those facts. However, because it's your personal truth, we have a tendency to defend our stance, right? We decide to disregard those objective facts and still believe in our personal truth. Why do we do that? I mean, I get it. I say greet the morning every day as a choice, right? Meaning you can do that. You can have your personal truths and you can decide that they are the truth, right? You get to decide that. However, I don't believe in placing an exclamation point behind anything, right? Meaning there are no definites. And I think that's a great way to live life. It's one thing to be, solid in your foundation, but there are no definites in life. So careful about those exclamation points that we put behind things. But when I make a claim that is objectively false, right? If I start doing that and I still stick behind my claim and I find out that it's false, it skews my ability to practice reason. Now, why is that important? To be able to effectively practice reason? Well, it helps you make, effective responses, perceptions and responses to things. And that's what helps you stay on track and refrain from distraction. So I become unreasonable when I protect my truth, even after I found out that it was false. I actually become a victim and defensive in it. So an unreasonable person, ends up spending a lot of time, a lot of valuable time defending the indefensible, right? So if you're an unreasonable person, because you're defending something that actually isn't true, and you kind of know it, but you flip into this mode where you just say it is, right? I remember one time I had somebody trying to explain to me that the sun and the moon were the same thing, right? And they just look different at different times during the day. And I kind of like showed them that I don't know if that's true, right? I didn't put an exclamation point behind it, but they started to defend that position. So careful you don't do that. So what's the solution? Recognize that your truth is just that, right? It's your personal version of the truth, and it's your choice. As I said, you're allowed to have that. We all have these, right? We all have these, and they're also based on hope and faith that we know what we're talking about. And if you think about it, nobody really knows the truth, but we just come up with ways of figuring things out, and we call them truths. So we all have these, and we also all have this thing called a dark passenger in our minds that thinks of these very dark thoughts. Do you have a dark passenger? So like an affirmation of a good day, that's something that we practice as well. So not necessarily the truth when we make an affirmation, but a choice. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. So we all have them. Not necessarily the truth, but a choice. This helps you remain conscious and empowered to create your own simulated reality. There's the value of creating your own truths and your making affirmations about the way the day's going to go. I do that every day. That's how we can create the game, the simulation. But do we need to convince and recruit and denounce others in turn? That's where it gets sticky. So today, let's move into a space of acceptance of everyone's free will, as well as yours, and their personal truths, and halt our desire. Here's the way of having a more effective and efficient day. Halt our desire to project ours as being right. Your whole life will change when you halt your desire to project your personal truths as being right. They're just yours. if if you observe that you are in an oscillating pattern, so here's a reality check. If you observe you're in an oscillating pattern and not moving forward towards your desired state, well, then I encourage you to take your hand proverbially and run, a systems check. Run your hands along the garden hose of your system and locate the kink, right? It's pretty obvious, especially after you've found out some objective truth. Locate the kink, unravel it, and then let the abundant universe provide you with the proof that it's been trying to help you all along, and allow the universe to reward you for going to that space, right? And allowing it to do so. That's what happens when you unkink the hose. Make sense? I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and I love and appreciate you all. And I wish nothing more than you to see to it that you allow yourself to have the amazing day that's available to you today. Love and appreciate you. Have a good day.